like texting you guys, and I'm like, guys, we broke up. I feel like shit. And everyone's like, yeah. Like, she's single. And I'm like, guys, I'm really fucking sad.
You're like crying. I'm like, cool, we're going clubbing.
Yeah.
Like, let's go.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to Gin and Toxic.
Welcome back 2 weeks later.
Now I'm laughing. We just had we were really confused. Our mics were too low, and now I'm laughing about it. Anyway, oh my God.
Are you okay?
I can't talk.
We just had to like redo the intro
yeah,
again, so.
redoing I think that's what's fucking me up is the fact that I have to do
It's always awkward. We're like, welcome back. 2 minutes later. Okay, welcome back to Gin and Toxic.
Welcome back. But yeah, we haven't released an episode in 2 weeks, which we did not do.
Oopsie.
We didn't mean to do that. I don't even know what happened. It was the first week I got back from Italy, and there was just a lot going on. I think you had a lot going on.
I had some scheduling conflicts, I think, too.
Yeah, and then week 2 is just, you know what, guys, we're gonna get into it in this
we'll
episode. There's
been
a lot of shit that has happened in the past few weeks. But the last time so we haven't released an episode in 2 weeks, but the last time we actually recorded an episode was even further before that. It's been at least a month. Yeah. Wow. Right?
Yeah. No, I think it was.
We recorded 2 episodes on that day with Kieran. Remember? We recorded in the afternoon too. We double recorded that day. And that was, that had to be about 4 weeks ago now.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I know.
Little G&T day.
I know, that was a good day. We just had some lunch, and then we were back at it.
I just like being in this apartment. It's so nice. I feel like I'm at a hotel. I live in a little box.
So I love it. I just invited actually, I didn't tell you this yet, but and it's gonna sound weird when I say it right now, but I promise I have an explanation.
Yeah.
I just invited yesterday sexy promoter Poppy. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Yes. I love it. He is sexy.
We were just talking because he posted on his story gonna be back in New York in a few weeks because he's in Europe right now. Remember he got to Positano
right
when I was leaving. And he posted that he'll be back in New York, and I DM'd him because he was like, let me know if you want to go out. And I was like, I will definitely be going out.
I would like to
with
go out.
You. It was kind of flirty, and I basically ended up inviting him to my apartment to go swimming and tan. Yeah, so I said I'll be coming out.
Wow, the fact that you can do that with men. Do you want to come over to my luxury apartment and go swimming on my roof?
No, literally. I go, I'll be coming out when you're back. He goes, I wouldn't expect less. I go, of course, it's hot girl summer. He goes, I'm glad I'll be back soon. And then he goes, looking forward to summer in New York. Let's tan. I go, come to my place. I have an unreal rooftop pool. He said, I'm down. I'll be back soon. So let's plan it.
So spoiler alert, Christina is single.
Yeah. Guys, well,
thank God. One of us needs to be single to carry the show.
Should we just hop into toxic thing of the week?
Hop into it, mama.
All right. So I'm kicking it off, guys. I'm single.
Hey, thank God.
We're back. There's got to be one of us that's single on the show.
Yeah, it was a disaster.
Yeah. The show never, I was thinking, I'm like, oh my God, I haven't had a real toxic confession for months now.
Yeah, well, it's I'm in a relationship, but I'll still, do drugs here and there.
Yeah.
But you're in a relationship and you're in bed by 8.
I was in Dollar Tree with my dad the other day, and as a joke, he pulled a drug test, a dollar drug test. He goes, he was like, should I have you take this? And I go, I'm like, Dad, I can't even tell you how many times Lily has just wanted me to do a little drugs here and there.
Wow.
And my dad's that's
so
very
fun.
Settling.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, Dad. I go, there's actually this joke going on in the friend group that I am the voluntary stoner, and it's because it's ironic because I don't smoke or anything.
Just do a little bit of drugs. It's
Anyways,
fine.
Back to it. Yeah, guys. So me and Boy broke up.
Not Boy.
We didn't really have a real nickname.
Next time, please God, it has to be better.
No, we need a better nickname. We had such great nicknames in the past. You guys already know NYU Big Dick.
Yeah,
Palestinian
Work Bay is still
Prince,
going strong.
Work Bay. Yeah, just Boy. His was just Boy. But yeah, so we broke up. I don't even know where to start with this. We broke up
a week ago.
Yeah, we broke up the day after my birthday. That was about a week ago. Yeah, a little bit more.
The birthday was interesting.
But yeah, so I'm not going to go into like insane detail as to why we broke up and everything in it, just because it's very fresh, and honestly it was just like a lot. I don't really feel like
so many layers to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of layers to it. Don't really feel like discussing it at the moment, maybe in an episode in the future. But long story short is that I broke up with him. I just like wasn't really feeling it anymore, and I started to like get in my head. I'm like trying to figure out how I could explain this really. I just started getting in my head basically over like the course of like a few weeks, really going back and forth with myself, being like, is the relationship that I'm in, is this like my picture perfect image in my head of what love truly looks like, and is this my forever person? And I know I'm 24 now, which is like, oh my god, I keep remembering I have to tell people I'm 24 and not 23. But so I'm like still young. I don't need to find my forever person, but at the same time, it's
not
like
wasting time either.
Yeah, like,
You know, or his time. You're not wasting your time or his time.
Exactly. So I just started thinking about it, and I was talking to my life coach about it before I left for my trip for Italy, just kind of being like, I don't know if I'm in my head, or I don't know. Oh, that was like weird.
Hello?
Yeah, that was fucking weird. Whatever. Anyways, I was just like kind of in my head.
Yeah, you so casually brought it up to me too before leaving for Europe. You were just like, I think I'm just getting a little bored. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I like didn't bring it up even to like any of my friends. Lily had no idea about it, because like it was something that I started to think about, but kind of just like suppressed, because I was like, I think I'm just like being dramatic. Maybe like I just have been in like this rut, like whatever. And so I didn't like think I was gonna actually break up with him. We were gonna actually break up. I was just kind of like, oh, it's like a blip, like whatever. But then I talked to my life coach, and also I don't know if you guys knew this on the show or not. I think you kind of had an idea, or maybe from my Instagram stories too, that he was living with me. So a big part of it too was me being like, like maybe I need to just like get out of the apartment, or he needs to get out of the apartment or something and have our space. Like maybe that's why I'm going like a little cuckoo. So I talked to my coach. My coach was like, you know what? Like, you're going to Italy for 2 weeks with your girlfriends. Like, go have a good time. Like, don't really think about it. Just enjoy yourself. And like the answer will come like naturally to you, basically. And that's exactly what I did. And so I went to Italy, which I'll talk about the trip in a little bit too. I was there for 2 weeks with Paige and our friend Kate, and it was great. But as I was there, by not thinking about it, made me think about it a whole lot more. And I just started, I don't know, I just went down this like rabbit hole in my head of like I said, like, is this truly the relationship I want to be in? And also like, do I feel like I like should be in a relationship right now? Should I be in a relationship right now? And ultimately it came down to me being like, no, I don't think I should be dating anybody right now. And it's not because I want to go out and fuck around and stuff. I just feel like I've been in this weird place with myself for a few months now, where I've felt very like kind of like discouraged in myself, like in this like rut, and just not really like feeling myself. I had a lot of like,
you have not been yourself.
I haven't. Yeah. And everybody has been able to see it.
Yeah.
Everybody has seen it. Even Paige made a comment to me one time, and essentially it was along the lines of her saying that like she could tell that like I wasn't as vibrant anymore. And that like really got to me. And, you know, I'm not blaming my ex for any of this stuff. I think it's just something that like I got really comfortable in the relationship, and we moved really fast, and I started kind of feeling a little bit like a housewife, and, you know, we were living with each other, and I just was like, you know, I moved into this apartment to live alone, and I just feel, I don't know, I just had this overwhelming feeling of like needing to be alone, like in a relationship, like just wanting to like be with my friends, be alone, and like really focus on myself, and honestly my career. I've been slacking a lot in my career, and it's been driving me a little bit nuts. So I got back from Italy, and I gave it like a week, and I was kind of just like focusing on myself, and then after my birthday I kind of just like, I don't know, I hit a little bit of like a breaking point, and I was like, I just need to do this now.
The birthday wasn't great. So
yeah, there was some stuff that happened like with my birthday that was just like not the greatest. yeah, and so then I ended up sitting him down on the couch and I broke up with him, and it was not easy because like he was my best friend and we shared a lot of laughs. But we've also had a lot of ups and downs, and I just, I put a lot of thought into this, and for me, it was kind of like the cons now were outweighing the pros, and it just felt like something that kind of needed to happen. He has a very different perspective of things, I'll tell you guys that, because I saw him like a few days later for him to come and pick up his things, and the conversation wasn't the greatest. Like, it was a lot of he said, she said, him blaming me for this, me blaming him for that. It was just, it wasn't the smoothest breakup I've ever been through by any means. But long story short, I am honestly, as much as I loved him, and I still do love him a lot, and I have a lot of care for him in my heart, and I hope that he only succeeds in life. I felt like I just needed to do this for me, and I'm very confident in my decision. So, no, I don't send him any ill will,
He's like, a good person. I think it came down to like core differences in your personalities. Like, you're a firecracker and he's not.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing not to be. Like, it's not a bad thing to be a quieter person, but like, you're the opposite of that.
Exactly. It was just like, I don't even know. It was just like a mix of like a million things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish him all the best. And in the end, we're not really like speaking right now, which I'm fine with, because obviously like, he was hurt and I was hurt. Even though I was the one that broke up with him, I was equally as hurt as he was, because it was really hard for me to get to this point. And I also will talk about this a little bit in the episode too, but I have never broken up with someone in my life.
Yeah, well, we joke because I was like, you broke the streak of getting dumped.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Lily's like, you broke your streak. I have always been the one to get dumped, and it's been so shitty, and I don't feel any less shitty that I was the one to break it off. If anything, I feel more shitty because I just feel so bad that like I had to do that to a person. But I don't know. It was just kind of like in my gut. And it was almost in a way, you guys know I'm a very spiritual girly. And in a way, it was kind of like the universe telling me, like, you got to do this for yourself. Like, so yeah, it's been a really tough few weeks. It's been a tough few weeks since past 2 weeks. We broke up a week ago, but even the week before that, I was being, very standoffish towards him, which he brought up, and, he's like, I knew you were being, like, really standoffish and kind of being shitty for, like, a week. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll take the fault. Like, you're right. I'm sorry. But, yeah, there were just, like, I don't know. There's just so much more goes into it that, like, I'm not even going to bother to discuss on here because it's just, like, pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm running in circles. But long story short, I wish him all the best, and
she's single,
and I'm single and ready to mingle. And so I'm not ready to mingle. Single
Kinda.
and having
not for a boyfriend.
No,
for funsies.
Don't want a boyfriend.
No, for funsies though.
At all. Like I'm just a fun gal.
That's how my roommate's in the same place. She doesn't want a boyfriend, but she wants to have fun.
Yeah. Exactly. I just exactly. That's how I would put it. I'm having fun. Like. I'm just ready for the summertime, and I'm both at the same time. It is a healing girl summer for me, but is as equally a feral girl summer.
Yeah.
So I am excited to just like, I'm just like, when you're single, like you just get this overwhelming feeling of like liberation.
I can do anything.
But I can do anything now. And it's not even like everything that like I'm about to do, like, with like just like going out and doing this and that and all that stuff. Like I could have easily done that with a boyfriend too, but
being just, single hits different though.
It's just different. Yeah. Like feeling like completely like
no, it's different.
Riding solo basically.
Of course it is.
But yeah, so I am excited for whatever the fuck comes my way. Yeah, so there's my text of the week. Broke up with my boyfriend, and it wasn't a smooth ride. But it's fine. He's gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay.
I feel great about it.
Of course, Lily feels great about it. And also in other news, we have a few toxic things of the week today, and just like housekeeping things. I thought of another toxic thing of the week, which Lily's dying. another quote unquote toxic thing of the week of mine is that if you guys remember, like, I've spoken about him a few times on this show. My ex-boyfriend, guys, this is a lot. Okay. My ex-boyfriend from when I was like 15 years old. Okay. 15, 16 years old. He was the ginger. Me and Lily speak about him quite a few times because Lily's like, oh my God, I can't believe you dated my brother.
Because you dated him like 20 years ago.
Yeah, I dated him for like 6 months
going on
when
a
I was
decade
15.
ago.
Like actually like almost 10 years ago.
8 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, 8 years ago. Anyways, so we dated and it was just like so shitty. It was such like a stereotypical, textbook.
Awful high school.
Fucking awful high school relationship. Ended like terribly, whatever. But it was like 4 or 5 years after we broke up. He like called me one day when I was living in the Upper West Side to like apologize to me. And it wasn't like a, oh, I want you back sort of thing. It was just like a genuine, like, I really hope you're doing well. And I'm thinking about the people that I wronged in my life. And I hope you're doing well sort of thing. And so we made amends. At the time I was dating boy band. And so I remember calling him and I was like, I just got the strangest phone call. And he was so supportive of it. He's like, I mean, good for the guy. He wanted to clear his conscience.
No, yeah.
Like,
I've had people from high school reach out to me and I loved it every single time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's so nice. It's so refreshing when people do that and when they actually have like the balls to do that. Like, yeah, I told you, one of my like main high school bullies, this like girl who I think she listens to the show, so she knows who she is. But she was like one of my like big high school bullies, but she's still friends with one of my like high school best friends. I'm still friends with till this day. She came to my updating show to like watch with like some friends, and afterwards we all went out to a bar together, and I put it aside because it was like so long ago, but she literally pulled me aside in private and fully apologized to my face. Like she like almost started like crying during it too, and it was such like a genuine heartfelt apology, and I was just like, thank you so much, because this makes me feel like wonderful. Thank you. And also like props to you that you had the balls to like recognize what you did in the past was shitty and apologize
for it.
Well,
if people fuck with me now at the age of 23, 24, I'm like, fuck you, whatever. But those are such formative years in high school. Like me and Christina both experienced a lot of bullying that like it affected us, and to this day affects us so much that like it does mean a lot when people step forward and apologize. Yeah,
absolutely. Sure. And yeah, so she's a G&T fan now, and so is her boyfriend. So shout out to them if they're listening. I know who you're talking about. So yeah. And so, anyways, though, but back to the point. So he reached out to me, this guy, the ex, apologize, whatever. And then it was like after that, it was like every like year and a half to 2 years, he would like randomly reach out to me and be like, hope you're doing good. I'm like, you too. We'd speak on the phone for like an hour, catching each other up about life, and then just never speak again until like 2 years later.
Love it.
And so he ended up doing his, annual, biannual, whatever, call to me kind of recently, just like catching up. Hey, how are you? I'm good, blah, blah, blah. And we were just like shooting the shit. And he's such like a nice guy now. And like, I really love it when you could tell that somebody actually changed for the better.
Yeah.
Like 100%, this is not the same guy. I mean, regardless, even if he didn't apologize to me, I would assume he's not the same guy that he was at 16.
Yeah.
But it's just like you could tell he's,
but some are. Like some of the fuckers in high school are still little fuckers to this day. Oh, yeah. And some people really do change.
The thing that scares me is like 95% of my high school bullies are now police officers. That's frightening.
Classic.
But yeah. But anyways, so we spoke on the phone, and he started telling me about like his most recent failed relationship, and it was just so weird because I had a lot of similarities to what I was going through with my now ex-boyfriend. I was like, oh, that's like so strange. I'm like kind of going through the same thing. So we just like shot the shit about it, whatever. And long story short, now my toxic confession is he lives not too far outside of the city, and I've just been like, trying to like, I just want to like right now go out and meet people and mingle and whatever, and not like in a romantic way, just like have some fun and like, just make new friends. And so I haven't seen him since we were 16. So I was speaking to him the other day, and I was like, dude, like, you live kind of close to the city, like, come in and, like, let's grab, like, lunch sometime, and, like, just, you know, I made a joke, and I was like, we could talk about our failed relationships from when we broke up when we were 16 till now.
Yeah.
And he was, like, laughing about it. He thought it was so funny. And so he, I think, is coming to the city next week, and we're gonna go grab drinks together and just chat. So,
I mean,
I guess toxic confession is that I invited my ex out.
Hell yeah.
But if we were 16, like, give me a fucking
nothing
break.
hits like the high school ex. I mean, I met up with mine right when me and my ex broke up last year, and we didn't, like, it was just like platonic, but it was lovely. It was a great experience.
It's
platonic,
so but it's like
full circle. It's full
exactly.
circle.
It's a very full circle thing.
Heals your teenage girl self.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, like, I'm gonna be like, do you remember when, like, you left me in the middle of, like, a JC Penney when we were, like, 16 and you refused to talk to me?
JC Penney.
Like, do you remember when I, like, left your house one time, and as I was leaving, your ex-girlfriend was pulling up to smoke a bong with you?
Not the bong.
Not what? The bong. Yeah, like, 16. It was a whole thing. I'm sorry if he's listening to this. I'm, like, calling him out on all this shit.
You didn't have a bong when you were 16?
No, I was doing gravity bongs.
Duh.
No, I, like, smoked my first bit of weed with, you know, my fucking ex when I was, like, 17 after junior prom, and it was a gravity bong, which was, like, aggressive for a first time.
Literally psychotic.
Yeah.
Psychotic. Like,
no. Some fucking psychotic behavior, and I absolutely hated it. I remember I ended up greening out and, like, almost threw up. I started crying. I was like, you got to bring me to the hospital, wake up your mom. He's like, you're being dramatic. And then when I got over it, I had, like, a nice high, and I just, like, ate and, like, went to bed. But then the next day I woke up, I'm like, I'm not doing this shit again.
Yeah.
Until I went to Amsterdam, and I smoked a little. Every time I go to Amsterdam, smoke a little bit of weed there.
No,
but other than that,
I smoked with you one time. I'll never forget it, on your ex's fire escape, and you were great.
What?
Yeah,
we did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big dick.
Yeah, on his fire escape of
why do we not remember this?
His apartment, not on the Upper West Side.
No. I know the one you're talking about, the East Village apartment.
It was me, you, him. I want to say his cousin or something. I know there was more people there. And we smoked a joint, and you had a few, like, you didn't smoke that much of it, but you smoked it, and you were like, you were definitely stoned, and you were, like, happy as can be. You also were, like, so happy with him at that time.
Yeah. And,
like, I don't know. I was just, like, good vibes.
That's
that
the
night.
only time we ever smoked together. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. No, and another time too on your balcony. You took, like, one hit of a joint, like, a long time ago at your Hudson Yards. Yeah, I remember, with him.
I don't remember any of this.
Yeah, no, I definitely know that we smoked on his fire escape though, because I remember being like, no way. I was so excited.
Sorry, Dad.
And you were great. Sorry, Dad.
My parents are listening. Sorry,
you can
Dad.
blame me. I promise.
You know what? It's fine. It's just like, you know, it's
cannabis good for you.
Just a little bit, once in a while.
Just a little bit.
I just, like, I mean, I smoked some, and I went to Amsterdam twice, and when you're in Amsterdam, you gotta smoke a little bit of weed.
Did you get anxiety?
No. I think because it was, like, a rainy day. Me and
you're like, I had, like, one panic attack. That's it.
Yeah, like, that's all. I think literally we, like, went to, like, a coffee shop, and, you know, the coffee shops there, they're not, like, actually coffee shops. We went and we, like, split a joint, and we just smoked it, and then
yeah, we smoked the whole thing.
Yeah,
I'd be fucking high as shit.
Yeah, not to myself, obviously.
No,
me and
you and
Paige
Paige
split
that's
it.
still, like, a good bit.
Yeah, we were just, like, vibing, and then we just, like, went to eat some pizza, and that was it. But also, I feel very comfortable smoking weed in Amsterdam, only because, like, everyone's stoned there.
Yeah.
And they do, like, they're, like, fucking, like, they basically have no rules with, like, drugs and stuff.
Psychedelics are illegal. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, like, it, like, does not matter. Like, and I mean, also now, like, I don't think I would care as much now too. Like, if people smoke weed in the streets all the time, like, nobody gives a fuck. But, like, when it was like illegal and shit,
here.
like yeah, you can.
Even in California, I remember I was smoking a joint on the Venice Beach boardwalk, and a cop came up to me and made me put it out, and I was like, I was a tourist, so I'm dumb. I was like, it's LA.
Yeah,
I'm smoking a joint. He was like, you can't do it publicly here, but in New York, they're gonna change it soon, I think, because it's getting a little out of hand. But you could smoke anywhere. You can smoke a cigarette.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. Of course I wouldn't know this.
I'm, like, outside of daycare, fucking lighting up. Like,
outside of the what do they call it? The Montessori.
Yeah.
Like,
Montessori.
Montessori, is that what it's called?
I went to kindergarten at a Montessori.
Were you like,
just in case
parents were rich? Or?
Anyone's wondering. No, they thought I was gifted. Turns out I wasn't. They were like, and back to public school you go.
I went to a normal fucking public school, pre-K, kindergarten situation.
Yeah.
I remember for some reason, I remember my kindergarten teacher's name was Mrs. Stanek, I think.
Oh, I think about my kindergarten teacher regularly. She was special.
Yeah. Did I tell you about, was it? No, I don't know if it was, I know, of course, we're getting off topic.
Sorry.
But I don't remember if it was you that I was talking to about this or if it was Paige and Kate when we were in Italy. But I have like this core memory from when I was in kindergarten. And I swear to God, this is when the bullying started. This is when like beauty chickie slander started. And I didn't even know I was beauty chickie yet.
Yeah.
We had like a, like, you know, in our kindergarten, like, classroom, we had like a play set. It was like a house set, you know, with like a little play kitchen and
Get
like
the
that
fucking
sort
kettle
of stuff.
on the stove.
Yeah, like yeah. And so all of like all the girls and shit, at like recess would go to like the little playhouse with the kitchen, and they would play house. You know, you play house when you're younger. And I remember I went up to them and I wanted to play house with them, and I asked them if I could play house with them, and they said no. And they were like, there's too many people, there's like not enough room for you to play house with us. And I was in kindergarten. Like, and I remember I ended up just going over to the computers at the time, and I just played some like random game with this like guy, this guy named Michael. I'll never forget him. And because I like graduated high school with him too and everything, he was like practically my neighbor. And I remember we just played on the computers. And
so niche.
Yeah, but it's like such a niche memory, but it's like, oh my God, teach your kids to be nice. Because I was in kindergarten and I still remember that. And I swear to God, that was my first ever experience with bullying. And what was I, like 6 years old? Not even. Like,
little fuckers.
Yeah, little fucking cunts.
Well,
fuck you all. I remember one of their names was Angelina, and I associate I'm sorry if there's any Angelinas listening, I love you, but I associate the name Angelina with a cunty bitch.
Yeah, well, it is,
and not in a like, oh, you're giving cunt like way, like as in, oh, you're actually a fucking cunt.
Exactly. When I transferred to public school, I had glasses and I had to wear an eye patch over one of my eyes for the entire year of first grade. Because I'm blind in my left eye, and they were trying to fix it. Still blind, so that didn't work.
God.
Yeah, everyone forgets that I'm blind.
Forget this.
I know.
Wait, I remember I found this out about you. Maybe
Can't see shit.
I remember like I found this out like a year ago.
Not even that. Yeah.
You. And it was because like Jeff casually brought it up, and I was like, wait, Lily, when were you gonna tell me you're like partially blind?
Same with my boyfriend. And like not that long ago, it came up, and he was like, "What?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I can't see shit."
So which eye is it?
My left eye. I can't see shit.
Do you know how many fingers I'm holding up?
Well, I think your whole hand is up. I can see like the outline of things.
Okay.
Like, I mean, if you were far away, I would know that a person was there, but I wouldn't be able to tell it was you.
Yeah, I'm the same way when my contacts are out. Yeah. But oh my God.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways, all right.
It's my turn. I'm so excited. I have 2 toxic things of the week, starting with number 1. I'm gonna. Okay. Wait, let me be nice. Okay. Because I'm like really bitchy. So Jeff and me just had this theory where I was like, this guy we were at the Eras tour, which first of all, unreal. Me and Jeff went to the Taylor Swift.
Did you ever discuss that? Oh, I guess not.
No. I could do a whole episode. Like, let me do like a solo episode on just the Eras tour. Don't even let me start talking about it. But
we were a GNT short. Remember we did that like one time.
But it's just me. It's me and Jeff. You're not even there.
Talking about the Eras tour.
Yeah. But we're on our way back from the Eras tour, and this guy kept like bumping into us and whatever. What? And I said something like, I was like, Jeff is really fucking mean and I'm really nice. But when I get mean, I'm way meaner than Jeff and Christina could ever be. Like, I'm a fucking bitch. I'm very sweet and kind and sweet, but then I'm really
But when I'm mean, I'm mean.
I'm really mean. It's scary. But anyway, I'm going to say this in a nice way. So when I first met, as I mentioned, I'm very excited that Christina's single now. Because the housewife era wasn't working for me. It wasn't working for Lily. It wasn't working for me. Yeah, exactly. Because I'm like at the club with Work Bay, and like, I'm like, Christina, come out, let's go. And you're like, no. And
I'm doing laundry.
I'm like, now I'm like, okay, you're coming. Like, I'm literally gonna put you on a fucking leash. Like, let's go. But the first time I met her boyfriend, I was like, I was really nice. I've been so nice. But I was like, like, not, he's a very nice person. He's really great, but like not for Christina.
Yeah.
Period. Like, I was just like, this is just not her person.
Yeah.
But I was like, but I'm going to be so nice.
Oh yeah, of course. You just gotta like, there comes a point where you just, even if you don't necessarily agree with the relationship, you just gotta let your bestie
100%.
live it.
I don't like some of my
experience it.
friends, like significant others, but as long as they're not like bad people or
Yeah.
horrible to them, then I'm like, whatever. But then I'm like, oh, then a few things happened and I was like, he's gotta go. Like, I can't. But I'm just, my toxic thing of the week is that I think I'm happier about this breakup than she is.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't have.
I mean, the group chat was going crazy.
Comment.
Everyone was like, let's go.
So fucked up. I'm texting you guys and I'm like, guys, we broke up. I feel like shit. And everyone's like, yeah. Like, she's single. And I'm like, guys, I'm really fucking sad.
You're like crying. I'm like, cool, we're going clubbing.
Yeah.
Like, let's go. Well, it's like, also, I'm just like really far up my friends' asses. And I had a nice conversation with these strangers I met last night where like, I'm very intense as a friend. Like, I cannot have loose friends. Like, I need to be so far up your butthole. I need to know your entire life.
Oh, me fucking too.
In it. Like, I almost want to be like dating your boyfriend in a way.
Yeah.
Like, we need to be
intertwined.
Like incest. I love it. So I'm sorry. I know, but it's true. But like, this was the first guy Christina's dated where we weren't besties. And I was just like, it's not working for me. And Christina was like, you guys don't have to be best friends. And I was like, okay, maybe not to you, but to me, yeah, we do. Like,
for me, like, if I'm being totally honest, it like didn't really bother me that you guys weren't best friends. But the thing that bothered me was,
and that's fine, but it bothered me.
Yeah,
I want to be up his ass. Like,
the thing that like bothered me was just like we never got the chance to all of us like go out and like have drinks together and stuff, but like I just know it would have been like a little bit awkward because like I just like
he just doesn't mesh.
I don't know if he necessarily meshes with my friends well.
And to be fair, we're nuts, so we're not like, you know, the easiest people. So like I'm not putting it all on him. Like I'm nuts, and so is Jeff, and like we're a lot. Like we are exhausted. I'm exhausted of me. Like it's a lot. But like me and Christina's ex, for example, like planned her birthday together and we do things like that, and like he sucks. Like don't get me wrong, but I just needed that.
Yeah.
I needed that. So next boyfriend, I'm going to be up his ass.
I don't know when the next is going to be. I hope not for a long time.
I don't care if it's in 7 years, but I will be up his ass. Like, hello.
Fair.
And second thing is, second toxic thing of the week is because we've missed, a lot has happened in these 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be brief because I feel like this narrative just comes up way too often for me with these little bitches.
Yes, with the girls. Remember, we were like, "Oh my god, we're gonna steal your My Little Pony. We'll feed you some liquid death." Like,
long story short, these like girls, this group of friends are like bitches to me, and it's kind of a long story. Some of Work Bay is wonderful. Me and him are great, but I do have a hard time with some of his friends. This is like a thing that I think some people like go through where like they don't really click with their significant other's friends. Mm-hmm. And to some people that's maybe not as important, but if, in my opinion, for a long-term relationship to work, you at least have to be like really respectful with their friends, friendly. You don't have to be like up their ass and be their best friend, but like it has to be at least like, oh, hey, how you doing? Small talk, like vibes. Like it just has to be like friendly, you know? And I do love a lot of his friends, his hometown friends. Like so many of them are so kind, so sweet. But there are some of his friends that I'm really, really struggling with because I feel like I am so kind to them, so warm, go out of my way to be nice to them, like whatever. And they're just not like giving that back to me, which would suck no matter like who it was. Like I just feel like if anyone's cold to you ever, it's just like a shitty feeling. But especially when it's like your boyfriend who you really see yourself with for a long time, it just sucks that when his friends aren't warm to you. It's like, why? You know, it's like if I feel like you're nice to him. Like, I know you genuinely like my boyfriend, but like no matter what you felt about him, you would be respectful to him because I'm important to you.
You guys know he's been on my shit list a few times. Yeah. But like he's made his way off. Right. He pulled a really funny stunt on my birthday, by the way, too. He made these like shirts. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, that was funny.
But
he made it, him and Christina matching t-shirts.
Yeah, that said like I survived. I should have worn it today. That said I survived Christina's birthday as if there was something to survive on my birthday.
It was the most like chill birthday.
Like, yeah. But
So
anyways,
funny.
yeah, regardless, like, I mean, now, like, I mean, I absolutely adore him, but
Yeah.
like, even like the times that like he was on my shit
But
list,
genuinely,
like,
even
still
if you
are, like a nice person.
No, yeah, and genuinely, even if you were like if you guys just didn't vibe or whatever, like,
Yeah,
mean,
but I feel like, you know what,
ex-
this is your decision.
Yeah.
You're happy with him. I will be nice.
Exactly. Like
you
your
know.
ex, no matter what I felt about him, I'm going to walk in and be like, hi, how are you doing?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, exactly.
Like, you know, how's work? Like small talk. Like, it's not fucking hard. But I just feel like some of his friends don't do that to me. It's really special when I like show up and no one says hi to me. I love it. Love it. It's like only a few of them. Like most of them are great. But anyway, they had this birthday little party for one of his best friends on Saturday night. And, you know, Work Bay went into it and he was like, yeah, it's just like a little dinner with the boys and we're going to go out after. And I was like, great, have fun. Like, sounds great, whatever. And he gets there and it's actually a dinner of like 30 something people. Everyone's there, people that like his friend barely knows. And I wasn't invited, which cool. Like, no problem. Like, it's fine. Like, I don't care. Like, you know, like that part didn't really bother me as much, but he invited some of these girls that are really awful to me. And one of them, they're awful to me because one of them like wanted wanted Workday and she couldn't have him. And now they're all like haters to me, even though I don't know any of them, whatever. It's also annoying. So I was a little psycho. I have a lot of regrets about this, but I did decide the best choice would be to crash the birthday by myself with no backup, which I
was on Long Island for the weekend, so I couldn't even like attempt to be backup, but she was just texting me about this and the whole time I'm like, because it was on the day of my mom's birthday too, so I'm like trying to like multitask my mom's birthday party and Lily losing her fucking mind.
Losing my mind.
No, like the voice memos I was receiving was like not okay, and I'm like on the other side of my yard like screaming into the phone like it's okay, like, oh my God, like, it's your anxiety talking to you.
So
like, blah, blah, blah.
You guys, it was top 3 most embarrassing things I've ever done. I thought I was like, I'm a boss bitch. I wasn't invited and these stupid girls were. Fuck that. I'm showing up after the dinner. I'm going out with them. Like, whatever. Why? I don't know. I think I just was like losing my little pea brain. And I get there and I'm all like, I'm looking hot. I'm feeling great. And as soon as I get there and I'm pulling up to something I wasn't invited to, obviously Work Bay was like, it's fine if you come. And like, I knew it was fine if I came, but it also was like a little strange. I get there and immediately the vibes, it's so awkward because everyone's like, where did you come from? Like, why are you here? Like, it was just like a very weird energy when I showed up. It was really embarrassing. I won't be doing that again. And
it's okay.
Yeah, that's
you live and you learn.
Yeah, but me and Work Bay are having some conversations about maybe like defending me. Like, why do they hate me? Like, I don't really know. I really don't know. Like, me and him have had our upside down.
I told
ups
you
and
why
downs.
I think that they hate you because like men's logic is so backwards and like I just personally I think some of his friends only care about inviting girls that will get their tips.
Yes, yeah, no, totally.
I'm like whispering it as if it matters.
I also feel like none of his friends are in. I mean, like a few of them, but this group of people, none of them are in a serious relationship, like or like a very like mature relationship where. When you do get in a super healthy relationship, it is very normal. Obviously, you don't want to like isolate yourself, but it is very normal to start spending a lot of time with that person and maybe not go out quite as much as you did when you were single. Duh! Like you're in a fucking relationship. And I think some of his friends think that I'm like, maybe
holding
like,
him back
like holding him back, taking him away. Like this is how he said he was like, I don't feel that way. And I've like checked in with him where I noticed we're having a week or two where we're hanging out a lot. I'm like, I always do a check-in. I'm like, I don't want to like, you know, if you want to go hang out with your friends, like it's totally fine. Like I always make sure to say things like that because I know it's important to him.
Yeah.
And like I literally 2 weeks ago, I said that to him. I was like, we've hung out 7 days in a row. Like, do you need to go like have some guy time? And he was like, no, I'm having a great like week with you, whatever. So I'm never trying to like take him away from his friends, but I think that's how they feel.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, he's not shackled to me. Like he manages his own time. He's choosing to hang out with me. Like that's not my like.
And if he told me he wanted to go out with the boys, then fuck it.
Then
go out with the fucking boys.
Right.
Like,
yeah. So it's just like I think there's a serious like misunderstanding and I don't know what to do about it because it's like so awkward now and none of them really have the like capacity I think to have like if they did have a problem with me, I don't think any of them would like say it. I think they're just like not mature enough.
I was just gonna say I feel like so many of this stems down to immaturity with them.
They're just like, we want our single drunk work pay back.
Yeah.
And you're getting in the way of that. And it's like, okay, well, he's like really happy. And this really, like, why can't you just be like happy for him? And like, I don't know. It's just like it's been like a bit of like a core difference between me and him. Just like my friends are so welcoming to him, love him, no matter what we've gone through and what he's done.
Yeah.
He was at Christina's birthday, you know?
Yeah.
Like, the same thing. Like, he was at Christina's birthday and then his best friend's birthday was a week later and I wasn't invited to that. So it's just like a weird kind of difference we have. But he also is like, it's not my fault he didn't invite you. And I'm like, that's so true. And I also don't want like a pity invite either. Like, I don't want you to be like, can you invite Lily?
Yeah.
Like, I just want to be invited, or I just want to be like respected. You know what I mean? Like, if it was a small dinner, totally don't invite me. But if everyone's going,
yeah, then like there should be no reason.
Yeah, it's just a weird, but just never gonna crash anything ever again. Noted. Got it. Yeah.
You live and you learn. Everybody's done some really stupid ass embarrassing shit. Like,
it was not my best, you guys.
I am still haunted by the speech I gave at my 23rd birthday last year. Like, we just all do some really stupid shit.
That makes me want to crawl under the chair.
Yeah, for those of you that are like new or don't know, I like screamed to everybody that I hope they get their like dick sucked or something. It was, I don't even remember what I said, but it was like really weird
and like tits are out. It like, and it was a lot.
Yeah, the like I was expecting to get this like funny like hell yeah response, and I got like a room of quietness.
Yeah, it was
it was not my best work.
No. But we live and we learn. Like, don't make a toast when you're hammered. Like,
yeah,
don't
do not make a toast when people are shoving shots down your throat. That's all that was happening on
and
my
if
birthday.
You are gonna crash something, have a drink or two before. I was sober.
Yeah.
Everyone was hammered and I was just like, this is painful. Like, I hate this so much. So it was a tough one. I didn't even drink and I had the worst anxiety.
Two big times that shit has gone down like this, like with Lily and these fucking girls. I've been out of town for both of them. Like,
and Ryan and my roommate, the girlie, has been busy. Oh my God, it's so annoying.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck.
It's so annoying because these girls, like, the core things that happened months ago now. Like, I'm sure they don't even think about me. They probably, if they heard this, they would be like, she's psychotic. Like, why does she even care? But like, they keep showing up. They're everywhere. I just want to like David's like, oh, you can just let it go.
Like
I'm like,
fucking lantern flies in the city during
gnats.
the summer.
They're fucking nuts. Like, they're just everywhere.
You know the lantern flies, the black and red flies that show up everywhere in New York City summers.
No, that's them.
Yeah,
that's literally that. I'm like, can I just have like 2 weeks where they don't come up? That would be like amazing. And then like they just moved into my neighborhood and I like saw them. I didn't tell you this. I like walked by them the other day and they didn't see me.
Yes, you told me this.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
I walked by a few of them and I was like, and then like I turned around because I thought they saw me and they didn't. And I was just like, oh my God. I was just like, fuck. And it was like on my street. I was like, great, here we go. But it was great, guys. It was really fun.
So we've had a very fun 2 weeks.
I love embarrassing myself. As if they all didn't already hate me enough. Now I just look really crazy, but it's fine.
It's fine. You live and you learn. All right, guys. It is time for GNT. Although we've been gone for so long, we couldn't really like figure out what to talk about this week. But like, I just 2 things that we kind of whipped up that's been trending on Twitter basically is number 1, The Idol on HBO Max, or now Max. HBO has changed their name for this streaming service 1,000 times, and they changed HBO Max to Max, and you have to re-download a whole new app in order to use it again.
And you still haven't given me your login.
I haven't? Oh,
I'm waiting.
Okay, I'll give that to you. I can't use my Netflix anymore. Do you have Netflix?
I don't have your Netflix.
Okay, well, you wouldn't be. My parents got booted out of it because of like the new rule that they have with like you need to pay more for an extra like person on your account. Oh, very sad day. No. Anyways, though, but yeah, okay, so
you can have my Hulu.
I have Hulu.
Oh yeah, you're rich.
I have like every streaming service. It's bad. I keep watching that video of you guys carrying me on my birthday, and Jeff is like, don't drop her. Her net worth is insane.
Does he say that?
He goes, don't drop her. She has like a high net worth or something. It's something That's along those lines.
Don't drop her. I'm in the will. I'm
in the will. Like, you know, but anyways, so The Idol on Max, HBO Max, whatever. It is that new show that came out with Lily Rose Depp and The Weeknd. Guys, the backlash. Okay, so I have not watched it yet. Maybe I will take one for the team and watch it and report back next week. But the backlash it is getting on social media, Twitter specifically, is insane. More specifically,
just that one scene.
Over this, the whole show. The whole show. So much.
Some
backlash,
people like it, but they're like, it's so like controversial. And,
yeah. I don't know. I feel like I just got to watch it and make an opinion for myself. But yeah, there's been a lot of backlash specifically over, I think it's like the second episode or whatever. There is this like sex scene with The Weeknd where they don't actually have sex in it. She's like playing with herself and he gets like his dick sucked or something.
They don't show her
but
fucking pussy, do they?
No, just her boobs.
Anyway.
Yeah. No. They don't show her, because then it would be labeled porn.
Right.
But
why would they show her? Why did I even ask that? That was
do they show it? I'm just
my
wondering.
bisexual showing. I'm like, do they show I know. I'm like, do they show her pussy?
What did I tell you the other day? Oh, Lily in the fucking outfit she wore when she embarrassed the fuck out of herself. She like sent me like a photo and it was like her like sticking up like a middle finger. And I was like, Lily, like, never send me a photo like that again with you sticking up the middle finger. It is embarrassing. I was like, but you do look great. And that skirt is really short. And like, do I want to bury my face in your thighs and just kind of like sit there for a few minutes? Yeah. Like, I do.
The burying your face in my thighs like ruined me. I was literally crying. I was like, if I could do that to myself, I would.
Yeah,
like I look so
like,
good right now.
Stick it in, just like, oh.
No, I looked really hot.
You did. It was 10 out of 10. But anyways, back to the point. There was this fucking sex scene. And it's getting a lot of controversy because The Weeknd is just like really cringy in it. And there's this one scene in particular where he just has this like really blank expression on his face and the camera's up close to him and he's like,
oh my God, I can't.
He's like, stretch that tight, pretty pussy or like something.
I've never had a man ask me to stretch my pussy. Like, am I missing out on something?
It was something
I don't
like,
know.
like,
you guys,
that tight little pussy.
Can you please just play him? Like, put it in the mic.
Let me see the idol. Well, I have like the screen capture of it from Twitter. It says fucking stretch that tiny little pussy. And his face just like kills me. Like, look at this fucking like I'll put it on the screen so you guys know.
Scary. Like, he scares me. Something about him gives me like really, like, I actually really like him and his music, but he gives me a really weird
gives me
energy.
the ick. I can't explain it.
I feel like
his music's good, but it just gives me an ick.
That scene was his idea. It makes me feel really weird about him with women, like something about the way he
that's what a lot of people were saying. So many people were making that point where they were like saying like this, like he wasn't
hired as an actor. He like produced it or like he wrote it, didn't he?
I don't even remember.
He's like it was his show. It's like his show.
Yeah. Then again, this is the same man that put out the song Or Nah. Do you remember that? Yeah. Do you like the way I flick my tongue or nah? Which I remember when WAP came out, like, Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion, whatever, everyone was like, that's the female version of that song. Because originally so many people were like repelled by the song and they were like, but The Weeknd put out a song that's like basically the same, just the male version.
He was the executive producer with Sam Levinson, who did Euphoria, who also loves to over-sexualize women.
Yes. So
is it necessary to show tits in the first 10 minutes?
Yeah, exactly. Now Jeff is texting me separately being like, can you please hang out with me? And Jeff, I have to edit. Anyways, yeah. So, I mean, go maybe DM us. Let us know your opinions on The Idol if you guys watched it. Maybe I will take one for the team this week on one of my bored nights and watch it. I just been putting off. It comes up on, every time I go on to fucking HBO. I don't give a fuck. I'm calling it HBO Max. Every time I go on HBO Max, it's like the first thing that's recommended to me. Mm-hmm. And I've just been like kind of avoiding it because I know that it has so much backlash. And I'm like, I don't know.
I'm probably going to watch it, but I definitely will not be watching that with my boyfriend. Sorry.
We can watch it together.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'll be here tomorrow.
It's a date. Anyways, though, the other thing, the Colleen Ballinger.
I'm sorry. This is fucked up, but for some reason it's like sending me because it's Miranda Sings. She's being bad. She's bad.
Yeah, like okay. So basically, Colleen Ballinger, whatever, Miranda Sings, whatever you want to call her.
I was like, I wasn't a fan of Miranda Sings, but I watched a lot of her pregnancy vlogs. Like, I just got in like a rabbit hole of her channel. Like, she does make good content. So like this shocked me, dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is the thing though is that okay, so basically there's this controversy and this is not the first time this has come up. It came up for the first time in 2020, which we'll get to. But it is resurfaced. So basically, she is being accused again of grooming kids. Gotta love it. Basically, she was, I don't have like all the details, but what I do have is that she was in group chats with teenage fans. She was saying really inappropriate stuff. This like, one kid in particular, his name is Adam McIntyre. I'm saying that wrong, but I can say his name because he like is very public about the whole matter. Anyways, him in particular, he came forward about some of like the really weird stuff that made him super uncomfortable. Basically, like she sent him lingerie in the mail. She asked if he was a virgin when he was 15 years old. Asked about like what sexual positions he liked.
Like what? In what context?
Like what? So fucking weird. And she put out an apology video in 2020. But it recently came to light that when she put out that apology video at the same time that the video was out, she was messaging this fan of hers to tell other fans of hers to attack Adam, this kid Adam that originally put out the video in 2020 over his video. So she was basically like getting one fan to get other fans to gang up on this underage kid and like attack him because he put out a video basically exposing her. I don't know why I guess it got brought up again because this like girl or whatever that like the girl that Colleen like messaged to like go tell fans to attack, I think she was the one that brought it up again, like, you know, 3 years later or something. But yeah, I mean, basically it's just a controversy with hers that's been kind of going on for 3 years, but it was under the radar for a little bit. It's just brought to light again, and so bizarre, it's just
dude. I cannot like, obviously I always believe the victims and like fuck her, fuck that. I just can't like put her and like something that awful like
together.
Like, very weird,
fucking weirdo behavior. But I mean,
when like it could be the sweetest man in the whole world, but if I hear if he did something, I'm like, ew, he's a fucking creep weirdo. But like when it's a woman, I'm like, wait, what? But that's why a lot of men don't come forward. Like there's a lot more men that get like sexually abused by older women
because it's always like you want to like believe the woman, like, you know,
blah,
blah, blah, blah.
Like it's so backward, like it's weird, like our brains don't like associate women with like that kind of evil, but like obviously it happens all the fucking time, but it's like hard to put it together. Crazy.
It's just super fucking weird. So yeah, I mean, I don't really, if you guys maybe have more details on it, DM us, let us know. That's kind of all we have for today. Honestly, I was trying to like follow it, and that's kind of like the gist of things that I was able to write down that like happened. I don't know what else has happened. If I'm being totally honest, the only time I really keep up on this stuff now is for this show, for this segment. So I'm not like 100% like what is going on. But
I feel like I always forget like the main kind of drama happening when it comes to doing.
I also thought about like maybe like bringing up on here like the whole thing that like Taylor Swift and Matty Healy apparently like broke up, but like their relationship was alleged in the first place that they were dating, and then they broke up apparently. But that also happened like a few weeks ago, so it's like kind of irrelevant now, and like who really cares?
Dude, I'm like,
I don't know.
As we know, biggest Taylor Swift fan ever, and like for some reason I like just don't care. Like when I see photos of her holding hands with a guy, I'm like, doesn't mean that they're like dating. Like they might just be having like a little fling. Like, do we not
a fling
have
or a
that when we're single? It's like,
yeah, but people like with celebrity, like people don't
exhausting.
Grasp that.
Yeah, it's so stupid. I'm just like, I love them both, but I'm also like, Jesus, who deeply cares enough? Unless they like are really publicly like very much dating and together. Like to me, all the shots of them together, they've been friends for like a decade too. To me, it looked like a little fling. Yeah. Like, it looked like something one of my friends would be doing. Like, it looked like nothing serious. So I'm like,
once again, like, fucking paparazzi and general public, like, does not grasp the thing that drives me crazy is they don't, like, grasp the concept of that for, like, celebrities. But, like, for, you know, us and, like, for day-to-day people, like, obviously we're allowed to, like...
have friends with benefits. Or,
like, what if they were just on, like... like a second or third date. Like they're not officially together, but they're just like going on a date.
It's always
night.
they're
like,
dating, and it's like I don't think they're boyfriend and girlfriend. It's like Emily Ratajkowski, how she's been going on a bunch. I listen to her podcast sometimes now. I actually really like it, and she's like she didn't say Harry Styles, but you know how they were seen making out one time. She's like, he's not my fucking boyfriend, so it's really fucking weird when I wake up to headlines being like, Emily Ratajkowski making out with new boyfriend. She's like, what? It was my first time meeting him. And I was just like tipsy and I made out like anyone else would. But because I'm me, he's my boyfriend and we're like, it's like crazy to me.
Exactly.
That would exhaust me. Like I couldn't do it.
I know. All right, guys. So before we get into like the actual topic of this episode, although we're already an hour in, this is like such an updates episode.
Maybe like let's cut out like the kindergarten trauma. If I had to pick one,
there's a few things we need to like chop in this episode. But there's just some things that we just feel like discussing. Like kill me. Like I just want
sue me. Kill me.
Sue me. I just want to talk about the tan lines theory. Okay. I texted Lily last night and I go, hey, remind me to talk about the tan line theory on the podcast tomorrow, because it's just something I was thinking of last night. I thought about it because I was in the bathroom literally standing there completely butt ass naked, like out of the shower, and I have some tan lines from when I was tanning the other week. And it just reminded me of the tan line theory, and I was like, I want to discuss it with you. And we
haven't even discussed it yet. She's only said the words tan line theory to me.
So okay.
And I'm already like, I know exactly what you fucking mean.
You know what I mean. Okay, so basically, for those of you that don't know what it is, and in case, God forbid, me and Lily are not on the same page of this, but I think we are. The tan lines theory is so the first time I heard about this, that a guy said it to me, was boy band. When I was dating boy band, I had like these like tan lines, and I made a comment about like how I fucking hate tan lines, and he was like, I like tan lines, and a lot of guys like tan lines because like when you're naked, the tan lines show like the parts of your body that only they're able to see. That like that like not everybody is allowed to see. And I've thought about it
like ever but like
since.
Ew. I'm like, that's like
ew, but also it kind of makes sense.
No, it does make
like
sense.
You're like, you get completely naked and there's like these tan lines, and it's basically like your fucking glowing skin.
That makes sense. I didn't know. That does make sense. That obviously is why.
What did you think the tan line theory was?
Well, I first discovered it a few years ago. I don't remember who it was, but I posted a story and you could very clearly see my tan lines in it. I was like on vacation, and this guy replied, I can't remember who it was, but he was like, oh my God, your tan lines are so hot. And I was like, ha ha ha, like fuck you, I'm working on getting rid of them. I thought he was kidding.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, tan lines are literally the hottest thing ever. Yeah. And I was like, what? And then my world was changed forever. And then like now every boyfriend I've had, like when I get home from vacation, they're like, let me see your tan. Like they love it.
No, fucking men go feral over that shit.
My roommate last night was like, what about my pasty nipples is giving? Like, I don't,
right.
I don't get it, but like,
no, actually
go off.
Like, but yeah, no. So I just wanted to discuss, and I want people's opinions. And you know, we do have a male audience, so DM us and let us know if you feel this way. I just had to bring this up because obviously it is hot girl summer, and I was actually listening to Girls Gotta Eat the other day, and they did an episode called Feral Girl Summer. It is a feral girl summer, absolutely. And you know, with hot girl summer comes tan lines.
Yeah.
And with me being freshly single comes potential mates. And I just like, you know, like do all of you guys think do men, or if there's a man that doesn't like tan lines, I don't really care about your opinion, but I want to know why.
I want to know both sides, everything.
Yeah.
I love hearing about the male gaze.
I just will never, right, I am a male gaze enthusiast.
Yeah. I'm not going to dress for it, but.
Right.
You know what's weird? My boyfriend likes when I wear like super baggy, like cool girl clothes.
Yeah, because your boyfriend lives in Bushwick.
Wait, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's, I'm done with that.
The one difference between me and Lily is you will not catch me dead dating a Bushwick boy. I love
God.
Work Bay.
I want like.
I don't think a Bushwick boy is the man for me.
No, that's
our
core difference is our type in men.
Yeah, for
sure.
It is.
Like me and Ryan have way more similar types.
I can have like some fun, but like is a Bushwick man the man I'm gonna marry? Probably not. But anyways,
but we can't go like your ex. like the sports media
I've dated many different types.
We can't have that type again though.
No.
Like, I get we don't want the artsy boy, but we gotta find something in between because that wasn't working for us. Like,
maybe like
the super
like
guy.
a hot like tech nerd.
Yes, please. I live for that.
Like, yeah.
No, I live for. I don't even really mind a finance guy if he like Iman, our friend.
Like a man that could like geek out and fucking code some shit, and then also just has a fucking huge cock
and a big personality.
Big personality
And big cock.
Bigger cock.
Yeah.
Could code some shit.
I just can't deal with if you date another like super guy again, I'm gonna blow my brains out. Like, I can't. I don't think I can do it. Like, and did you enjoy watching basketball? Like, I don't think you did. So
the only sport I enjoyed watching with him was the wrestling.
Yes,
Remember I talked about it on the show? Guys, that shit rocked my world. Like, that was
I know.
nuts.
Oh my god,
WWE thing.
The next bullet. Are you okay?
Yeah, guys, I've been really horny. We need to discuss.
She's been in heat. And it made me realize that I have been as well.
Guys, yeah. Okay, so I told Lily one of the flaws of my now ex relationship is our sex life started to kind of like fall off a little bit. Not gonna get into detail, but long story short, I guess now that I don't have sex like at my leisure in a way, I've been craving it more than ever. I don't know what has happened in the past. I'm like, I don't know what's happened in the past week. What has happened? Oh yeah, like everything. But what I mean is I don't know what has triggered these feelings in me. Maybe it's that I feel liberated, that I am alone again. Yeah, I'm starting to get back to it, and I'm starting 100%. To feel sexy again. I've been guys, my vibrator and we're going to town, baby. Lily walked in here today and I needed to clean my vibrator, and so I put it on my bathroom sink last night to just like clean it.
Wash my hands.
Yeah, and Lily goes in, but she didn't even realize it was in there. I realized after she left the bathroom, and I was like, "Did you not even see my vibrator that was like sitting on the counter?" Yeah. So anyways, really I put that away.
Not a lot going on up here in the day to day.
But guys, I have just been okay. I have been just going to town with the vibrator. I've been so fucking horny. It's been absolutely insane. And may I tell you, we're going to get a little bit deeper into it because I've been doing this. Normally, when I'm masturbating and I'm using the vibrator and whatever, I just kind of like, I'm like, pump it out and I'm good to go.
They can see the panic in my face when you start bringing these things up. I'm just like, wait, this wasn't in the script.
No, but I like, normally I'm like using the vibrator and I do a little thing. I like, come once, twice, 3 times, whatever I'm feeling that day.
2, 3.
What I've been doing is...
Because we all want to know.
Yeah, because we all want to know is I've literally been... This is going to sound crazy, but I've been edging myself. Like,
I thought when I overshared. She makes me feel so
I will be going to town with the vibrator. I think I'm about to come, and then I just slow it down. Really slow it down and do it like a few times before I let myself come. And then when I do come, it is euphoric as fuck. Like, and it's like
not the edging. She did not just say that.
No, but then I just get such a stronger orgasm.
This wasn't in the script. I don't know what's happening.
But I just need to let the people know because because now I'm single, I'm like rediscovering self-pleasure because, like I don't got a partner and I don't really feel like hooking up with anybody. And so, yeah, I've just been like messing around with the vibrator, trying new things, doing this and that, like making sure I feel sexy.
Putting it up my ass, like I don't know.
Yeah, putting it right up my asshole. It's fun that way.
I actually went to the Museum of Sex store the other day with Work Bay.
I've been wanting to go because the last time I went to the Museum of Sex and like the store also was literally in...
Forever ago.
It was my freshman year of college.
Yeah, me too. Well, we just went to the store, but... I was checking out the butt plugs. I'm just there. I said it.
Why don't we go to the actual Museum of Sex and do a fucking vlog and put it on the G&T channel?
Like, hello, duh.
We should absolutely do that. I asked my ex to go to the Museum of Sex with me, and he was like, no.
Okay, well, that's why you're not here anymore.
I was like, you're boring.
Falling asleep, like, snooze.
Yeah,
anyway.
I don't know. I just, need I need someone's gonna fuck the shit out of me. But as of right now, I'm doing it to myself. So, yeah, guys, tan lines are sexy, and I have been edging myself.
Christina, this episode's really scary. Like, we're an hour and 10 minutes in. I'm trying to think, like, I'm panicking right now. Like, what can we cut? What can we cut? What can we cut? Because there's still so much left.
There's a lot of things.
And I want to talk about all of it.
Yeah. Okay, so the next thing we have on, like, our little housekeeping list is my trip to Italy.
Like, it's 2 weeks long. This is an episode in itself. Here we go. 20 minutes of this.
Honestly, we needed a catch-up episode, though. It's fine. So anyways, my Italy trip, went back to Positano for 10 days, did Puglia for 5 days. It was fantastic. The thing that everybody's wondering, obviously, is did I run into my Italian husband from last year? Obviously, when I went to Italy this year, I wasn't taken girly. But yes, I did run into my husband this year. And he was very disappointed to hear that I was taken. And, you know, obviously, I broke up with my boyfriend of fucking really terrible timing. Because I go on a girls' trip to Italy for 2 weeks. I come back and I dump my boyfriend. It's really not the greatest timing. To be totally fair, though, that's exactly what Paige did last year. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it was just because I went there. And I mean, the big thing that I wanted to get to with like this whole trip to Italy is nothing about the Italian husband. I mean, he's still a good guy, whatever. I saw a few people that I remember from last year. I had 2 Italian husbands, like the main husband who like I still was like in love with last year. And then I have the other one that like I lied to about the cha-cha-matcha thing, whatever. He was apparently like, he was nowhere to be found. And then like one night I was at the club and like the main Italian husband was there and we were just talking and I asked him and I was like, cause he knew about this other guy. And I was like, oh, like I was expecting to run into the other husband while I was here too, but I haven't seen him once. And he goes, oh, he was literally here last night, but he was just like sitting outside talking to a girl. So I must have walked right past him and didn't recognize him and he didn't recognize me. I don't know, but whatever. Anyways, the main thing though about this trip is that this trip put a lot of things into perspective for me, which is why I came home and I had all these realizations and I needed to break up with my boyfriend. I felt so like free and I was with my girls and I just like, I don't know, like I told you guys, I haven't been feeling myself. And then when I was there, I was really in my element. I started to feel like Christina Harris again. And that basically was like a big eye opener for like just everything that has happened in the past few weeks.
Dump him.
Yeah, I mean, I was like talking to like my friends while I was there, obviously just like going so back and forth in my head, and they could tell that I was like not the happiest, and so they were like, yeah, I think your answer is clear and what you need to do. But yeah, guys, this trip was absolutely fucking nuts though. Our friend Kate, I don't think she minds me telling this on the show because it really doesn't matter. She fell in love with a guy in Positano. We leave Positano, we go to Puglia. She decides to go back to Positano after Puglia instead of coming back to New York with me. Goes back to be with this man for like a week. Everything's good. They have some ups and downs, whatever. But then they like leave and things are like okay, but not really for a week. And then he like basically they like break up, but like they don't. And it was just like, oh my God, it's like a nightmare. Long story short, don't cry over vacation boyfriends.
A boyfriend is a vacation boyfriend.
Vacation boyfriends remain vacation boyfriends.
Which is a great lesson for you to learn because you're still holding on to a man that we met on vacation 2.5 years ago. So you need to let go. Well, you're not. You're not holding on to him, but you were.
No, I was holding on to him.
Last summer.
No longer.
I love the headspace you're in.
Never forget.
I love that you want to be alone because like last summer...
last summer
and I was tired of it.
Well, you know what too, I will say that me and NYU Big Dick broke up in January, so by the time summer came around I think I was just like so ready for another relationship. I was like, I'm sick of this shit, but this time it's like I'm freshly single right at the start of the summer, so I feel like I'll probably go back into my lover girl era by the fall time. Cuffing season. I'll
find someone
really
by then.
Like
I'll find a temp boyfriend again. Like
I just like my ideal situation would just be a very no strings attached at the moment. Like I just want I want a guy best friend that I can genuinely like cuddle, maybe have sex with sometimes and be pleased. But then also just like go grab a drink with or whatever.
I mean, it can work. Like I've had that before.
I've had that before too,
and it was just as simple as that. Like no strings attached, genuinely. So yeah, it can be. It can be done.
Yeah, no. I mean, I had two.
I have the perfect contender.
Yeah. we'll report back. Anyways, long story short, the Italy trip was great. I just thought I'd bring that up because I haven't really talked about it. But yeah, it's great. And now there's actually a possibility that me and Paige are going to go back in September to buy property and Airbnb it.
Like, okay.
So we'll let you guys know, because then I will have a house in Positano and it'll be on Airbnb and you guys can book it and stay there
and I
for
will
summer
stay
of
there
2024.
For free. Thank you.
We can literally stay there for a month and just record the podcast from Italy.
Yeah.
I just had like an inhale burp. I'm so sorry that you guys had to hear that. Yeah. Before Lily starts sharing her
last two little stories.
Last two little things. This was supposed to be an episode about how we just discussed this 2 seconds ago. This was supposed to be an episode. The episode topic was going to be like how to break up. Like if you already decided you wanted to break up with someone, how to actually do it. But we are an hour and 15 into this while we are recording currently. So this is very clearly like a catch-up episode. So we think we're just going to leave it at that.
We should call it like catch the fuck up.
Yeah, catch the fuck up. Christina's single again.
Yeah,
like
catch the fuck up.
Hot girl summer commences. Like
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, so this is gonna just actually be a catch-up episode. I don't even know if I don't think we even shared the topic of the episode in the beginning of this anyway, so it wouldn't have even mattered. But whatever. All right, Lily, take it away.
Yes,
I'm fucking starving. I gotta eat when we're done. Anyways,
2 quick little like story-ish things that happened. Actually, they both happened yesterday. So last night I went to a dinner. I got invited because my friend Chris, his name is Nigel Roxbury on TikTok. He might have been on your For You page before. He's the best.
He might have been on your For You page promoting Revel.
Yeah,
right. Sure.
I met him for the first time in person like a week or 2 ago. He's like fantastic. I barely got to talk to him, but I could just tell he's fantastic.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I saw he posted this TikTok where he was like, it was sponsored, I think, but he was like, I'm on my way to a dinner with a bunch of people I've never met before. And I was like, just like an interesting little intro. I was like, oh, okay. And so I'm watching the video and he's like, basically there's this company it's at becloser.co on Instagram, but their company is just called Closer, a connective social life. And basically they throw events, dinners, parties, cocktail hours, like you name it, at different event spaces, like really nice ones in New York. And the concept is you go by yourself and you're there to make friends, to network, and just kind of like get out of your comfort zone a little bit. And I was like, wow, that sounds like interesting, because even though I already have like the most amazing core group of friends in New York, I have lately been feeling like I've had a hard time like meeting new people. And like when I do try, there's kind of like this too cool for school energy lately, or just like I keep running into people that are just like they're all in my industry. Like I'm not meeting like new fresh people that I have no mutuals with that are in different industries, like just fresh conversations. Like I just haven't met those kinds of people in a long time. So I was like, oh, this is really intriguing. So I commented on his TikTok and I was like, wow, this looks amazing. Like I have to do it sometime. And I think because I commented that, the owner reached out to me and was like, I see that you're like a creator. We'd love to invite you. And like, there's a membership fee. I think it's $80 for like a year. And then you just pay for like the dinners. But she was like, we'll waive that for you and have you just come as a creator. And I was like, oh, cool. That sounds nice. You know, and I was like, I don't really know what to expect. Like, I'm sure it'll be like cool, but I didn't really know what to expect. But I get there last night and people kind of start to come in, and it was the intro dinner. So there was only like 15 of us. But it was the most like refreshing and wholesome experience I've had in so long, because it was people from like 23 to 45 years old. And I just like the icebreakers they had were so subtle. Like there was like a host for the dinner, and you kind of like get in and everyone starts drinking wine and chats. And then like a little bit into it, he's like, all right, we're going to break up into groups. And he gives us kind of something to talk about. And like, I just got vulnerable with these strangers. Like, quick, mama, like quick. Like we got deep quick, not like too deep, but like really were listening to each other. And like it was just like so nice. And everyone there was like, yeah, like I have friends here. And there was only like 2 people that were like, I just moved here and I'm like looking to meet new people, but everyone else was like, I have friends. I just like want to meet new people and have a conversation with someone who I would never normally. Like I was talking to this guy from India who's 45 years old, who works for Amazon, super high up, and had like the most amazing conversations with him. Gave him dating life advice, and then like he gave me advice about my career because he's like very successful. Just like when else would I ever have that conversation? It was so wholesome and whatever. I just met like so many really nice people. But just the concept overall, like if you live in New York and you are struggling to like make friends, like not sponsored, not paid to say this, but I cannot recommend it enough. It's really not even that expensive. And that was the intro dinner.
I mean, you said $80 for the year,
yeah,
right? That's
or
not
I think
too bad
like
when you break it down.
Not even a year. I think it's like like that. You just pay that one-time fee to be a
Yeah.
member, and then now I get to go to like their member nights where it's like 50 people go, and it's like a cocktail hour. And there's people of all ages and like whatever. But it was just like, and then we sat and ate dinner together at this like long table, and we just, I think we started the dinner like the host was like, so why are you all here? Like why have you not been able to meet new people? Like why have your old ways of making new connections like stopped working? And then everyone just kind of went around, and it was so interesting. I feel like there's a thing where like if you're at a bar and you see a cute guy, you're gonna go up to him and say something. But if you see someone you want to be friends with, what are you gonna do? Go up to him and be like, you want to be my friend?
Yeah,
like, nobody does that when the older you get. Like in college it's normal, but the older you get, it is harder to make new friends. Or it's a thing where it's like, let's hang out sometime, and you never fucking actually do it. Like these were people that were like actually wanted to make genuine like new connections with people. So it was just really wholesome. Can't recommend it enough. And I was telling our friend Hannah about it, and she was like, I want to do it so bad, but she's in LA. And I know there's social clubs like that, like
gotta
everywhere.
Be something similar.
Yeah, there's social clubs everywhere. So if you just move to a new city, or like you just need a new group of friends, or like whatever the reason is, I just really wanted to have like refreshing conversations with strangers. That was my reason for going. You should just look up like social clubs in my city, because there's so many of them. I don't know, like I was telling actually Jeff and Jackson about it, and Jackson was like, oh, I'm in a social club, whatever. And his is a little bit more for networking, I think. But there's some that are for friends, for activities, for sports, like everything. I don't know why I never really like got into it. I think they're becoming a little bit more like popular now.
Yeah.
But it was like, I highly recommend doing it. But also yesterday, before that, I was running some errands, and I was in Soho making a return at the Real, which is like a designer consignment store, and make my return, and me and Workbay are kind of walking around the store, and all of a sudden I'm sitting there and I see this couple like walk down the stairs to the lower level. I've never recognized anyone so fast in my life. It was Phineas, who's Billie Eilish's brother and an amazing artist, and Claudia Slinsky, who is my queen. Also Paige's queen. You love her.
Yeah.
Like
she's like OG
YouTuber.
YouTuber queen.
Yeah. Like if you have ever been on YouTube, you probably know who she is. I've been watching, she's like that one YouTuber that I've been watching since I was like 11, and I still every week am like, where's the video, mama? Like, let's go. But I saw them, and like I see, like we live in New York, like we see celebrities a lot, or just like, you know, we see people like that often, and like a lot of the time I'll be like, oh my God, that's J-Lo. That's fucking crazy. Like so cool, whatever. And kind of keep walking. I mean, David saw Mark Ruffalo the other day, LOL. But
who?
We see people, Mark Ruffalo, the actor. You know who he is.
Okay, I don't know.
Totally.
I would need a photo, but
he's in so many movies.
Okay.
But like, yeah, normally I just see them and I'm like, oh, cool. Like I'm not going to like bother them or whatever. But Claudia and Phineas are like, I am a diehard fan. I listen to Phineas more than I listen to Billy. Like I fucking love him. So I'm like freaking out. I'm on the phone with my mom and I go, Mom, I have to go. Like I'm fucking freaking out. Like, but I'll call you right back. And they're shopping next to me and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to bother them. Like I don't want to be that person. I'm just going to leave them alone. Like whatever. Because they were kind of like talking, like they were clearly having like a conversation. So I was like, I'm just gonna leave them alone, but I'm fucking freaking out. And then we go back upstairs to like leave the store, and I see Claudia is walking around the store, like kind of singing along the song. Like she looked like very like in a good mood to like approach kind of. And Phineas was gone. I was like, I don't know where he went. I was like, oh, he's probably in like an Escalade outside. I don't think that's really the vibe. But I was like, I don't know. I guess he just left, whatever. So I did end up going up to her, and I feel like there's a way to do it that's like really respectful. And I kind of was just like, I'm sorry if I'm invading your space. I just really wanted to quickly say like that I love you and like whatever. And she was like super receptive and so sweet. It was a very nice interaction. And it was really brief though. But then we left the Real and we walked for like almost 20 minutes. Like we were really, really far from the store at this point. And we were still talking about it because we were just like freaking out. We were like, what the fuck? And we're still talking about it. And all of a sudden we're walking by a Duane Reade, which is like our drugstore here in New York. And Phineas walks out of the Duane Reade and puts his sunglasses on. And David is literally talking about it. And I was like, shut up. We're right next to him. And I was like, shut the fuck up. And there was no one else around. And he was like, say something. And I was like, no, I don't want to. I'm scared. But he was just like standing there kind of chilling, like looking around at the street. Yeah. And I turned around and I was just like, hi. And he was like, hey guys. And I was like, we love and appreciate you so much. I hope you have a great day. Yeah. And he was just like, he's like, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, have an amazing day.
It's so nice. It's like so refreshing and so nice when they are so nice.
Yeah. They just like gave like the most normal energy. Like,
that's great.
Like if someone like met you, like, you know, like just they acted the same even though they're like so fucking famous. Yeah. And like there was no car. They were just walking around Soho. Like, I mean, it was a Monday and like it's not like he's not the most recognizable person, but I guess.
Still, he definitely, I would imagine it's not the first time they got recognized.
Oh, no.
That day, if they're just like
not at all.
around.
Especially in Soho. That's literally Claudia's like main audience is girls that walk around Soho. So
I saw something on like Overheard New York the other day where they were calling Soho the Gen Z Times Square. And I was like, so valid.
I hate going now.
It's way too overcrowded. I try to avoid.
Worked there in the restaurant like that me and Workday met at. Like we both worked there for so long that we fucking hate it now. It's like I only go if I have to.
Yeah, I only go if there's like an specific store that I need to go to. Yeah.
Exactly. But it was just like I didn't ask them for a photo because I feel like that like ruins the vibe like immediately. Yeah. If you have a nice interaction, then you end it by being like, can I get a photo with you? Like sometimes I would do it if it I think I would only do it with like Ariana Grande or Taylor Swift, like my queens. But like otherwise, I'm like, I'm just gonna leave it, and I will always remember that. Like and I was having a really shitty, like I explained earlier, the whole thing that happened this weekend. I was having like a lot of anxiety and a bad day, and I was just like, thank you, universe. I love that so much because you see so many celebrities here, but it's never anyone you really fucking care about or like want to see. But I was like, oh yes, that was a win. So. It was a very pleasant interaction. Love you, Claudia.
All right, guys, time for Toxic Confession. This girl DM'd, she DM'd this to us like a few days ago, and I thought it's honestly, it's funnier if you know the show that she's about to talk about. But anyways, so this girl goes, not sure if this is a toxic confession or just an embarrassing story, but either way, it needs to be told. She goes, I'm a college student who has had little experience with guys. One time I was at this party for an on-campus group I was part of, and we were doing fifth and a friend. Oh, she said basically where you're in a group - partner and you are asked to drink a fifth of liquor. I don't know. Anyways, they were playing some sort of drinking game, okay? Needless to say, I got drunk really fast. I didn't know too many people at the party, but once the alcohol hit, I got chatty AF. I started talking to this guy for a while, and we ended up going to a different party together. We were pretty touchy, and he asked me what my favorite TV show is, and naturally, I say the show Sex Education from Netflix. If you haven't watched it, fire show, 10 out of 10 recommend, which she's absolutely right. It is such a great show.
I want to like rewatch it now. I know.
I honestly want to rewatch it just to rewatch it. I think there's 2 seasons out right now, or 3. I know they're like making a 3rd season, I think. So good though. Anyway, so she says that her favorite TV show is Sex Education. He says we should go back and watch it together at his apartment. I said sure, but I told him not to expect anything from me, so we were both on the same page, and he was really cool about it and not pushy at all. So we get back to his apartment, and I quickly realize that I am about to watch full-on softcore porn with this man. And then, okay. But at this point, I have to own up to it. And then she goes, I'm not sure if you've seen the first episode, but there are a full dick and balls in the episode. Not to mention the very first scene is a full-fledged sex scene. Quite the opener. I'm instantly regretting my decision and wish I said that New Girl was my favorite show or something else. I'm giggling to myself the entire time, and he tells me to be mature about it. Once the show ends, I flee the scene and tell my friends about it the next morning, and needless to say, they have not let me live it down.
That's so funny.
Yeah, if you guys have you ever watched or haven't watched?
It's like, why did you go back to his house?
No, but it's so funny because she's like,
what a drunk
don't
move.
Expect anything from me. And then he was like, what's your favorite show? She's like, oh, Sex Education. They put it on. The opening scene is literally 2 people fucking. Like you see, she's God. Right. You see dick and so she goes, yeah, like I'm drunk. I'm going home with this guy. Like I tell him I don't want to do anything yet. We're about to watch porn together.
Right.
Like, so.
It's a good bonding experience. You know, it's a weird night when you get hammered and you go home with a guy and you don't even fuck. Yeah. It's like, what? Why did I do that?
Like, what happened? Yeah. I got like really drunk that one, St. Patrick's Day, and I went home and I made out. I went home with that guy and I made out with that guy. Yeah, never forget. That wasn't my greatest move. There was a lot of things. That was a weird weekend, bro. No.
That was weird.
Maybe one day we'll tell the full story. We still haven't.
Maybe one day. Probably never.
Oh, well, anyways.
One day.
That is about it. Lily's vocals are coming out.
I was really sad.
Oh my God. Wake up. Make up. Bake up. Quit your trying. Wait. Quit your crying while you're messing up your makeup.
Oh.
Late night, I stay up. Trying to get this money, pay up. That's
so
Wiz Khalifa's part in the song.
Yeah, I just feel like that's not like your thing. So maybe stay in your lane. Who sings that song? Let's keep it that way. We love that line.
I mean, Dixie D'Amelio sings that song. It's not.
I love that woman. There, I said
Dixie
it.
D'Amelio?
Love her.
Really?
She's nice. When she shaved her head, I was like, period, you got me there. I love you. Like,
okay.
You bad bitch move.
Period.
I was like, that's a bad bitch.
Like, okay, we went from Addison Rae to Dixie D'Amelio.
Well,
Lily.
No, let's just get one thing. If I'm going to bury my head in someone's thighs, it's going to be
Addie Rae. I haven't heard from her in a while.
I haven't heard from her.
What is she doing?
I feel like she could be doing more. Wait, I think she's making a show or a movie. I know she's
really.
I know she just got cast in something kind of interesting. I forget though. Anyway,
what is Addison Rae doing these days?
I go, anyway, bye.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up this episode. It's long, and this was just a catch-up episode. I can't believe we were about to do a whole topic too. This episode would have been forever. Although we did get a DM from this girl who like said that she ran the marathon recently, and our podcast got her through the marathon, and she was like, could you guys please make a 4-hour long episode for my next marathon?
Oh, no, honey, like I can't do that.
I love you so much. I will put together a playlist of our most iconic episodes for you.
Remember how I feel like I said it in an episode how I was on a job like at a commercial shoot, and a guy came up to me and was like on the production team and was like, hey, sorry to bother you, I'm a big Gin and Toxic fan. I mentioned it on the show, didn't I?
Yeah,
that happened. Follow up, I actually hung out with him on Sunday, and he was the photographer that I worked with.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, we ended up like doing a shoot together.
Oh my God.
And he has a girlfriend, and I haven't met her yet, but she sounds like iconic as well, and it was lovely. And then Gin and Toxic really brings people together, guys.
I love that.
Yeah, he was great.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I had that guy I told you about, the wrestler from Updating. He like texted me something the other day asking about Gin and Toxic, like super interested, wanted to know like all about, like, it's so like either the men love us or they hate us.
No, they either love us or they hate us, mama. Like, what can we do?
Let it be that
We're
way.
weeding out the boring ones.
Right.
Bye. Love you.
All right. Love you guys. Make sure to go follow us on at Gin Toxic Podcast, on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and make sure to DM us what the most toxic thing you've ever done is. We need toxic confessions,
please, always.
Also, if there is something for GNT, something pop culture related that you guys want us to talk about that we're missing out on, please DM us. Or if it's something like during the week and you're like, oh my God, like I want to hear them talk about this, please let us know.
Yeah.
Love you. By the way, shout out to my mom. It's her birthday today.
Hello?
I totally forgot to bring that up.
I'm messaging her immediately.
Happy birthday, Debbie! No. She's 60 years old, queen. And she doesn't look a day above 40.
She's 60 today?
Yeah.
Aw.
Queen.
It's so weird when your parents turn 60, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean you're 60?
Yeah.
Like,
when they turn 70, I'm going to have like a crisis.
No, I can't do that.
Can't do it. But anyways, all right. We love you guys. Make sure to go follow us on everything like I already said. Also, go follow us on our personal accounts. They're linked below. Lily's account did get hacked the other week. But it's back. Never forget, Lily was she was a
give me that Bitcoin, mama.
Yeah, she was selling Bitcoin for like really 3 hours.
No, my Instagram got hacked, my email got hacked, my bank account got hacked. Still don't have a fucking debit card. That's annoying. It was
yeah. And with that being said,
goodbye.
Bye. With that being said, bye.